All right, so we did the list of characters I think surpassed the originals in terms of taking over the mantle as legacy characters. But let's talk about characters that I think live up to the mantle, but not quite surpass it. Maybe are as good or good in different ways. And these are 8 characters that I find very interesting that do live up to it, but do not surpass the mantle that they are given or passed down to. So I'm going to start off the list with Stargirl, Courtney. And I think that her taking over the mantle for Starman really worked in terms of bringing in a younger, happier, just over the top, new age audience. That's what it was meant for, I think. And also the fact that Jeff Johns created her after his sister, who he lost in a car crash, really was kind of sad, but also well done and very tasteful. And I think her costume is a lot of fun. It's bright, it's fun. Star Spangled Banner, looking a lot like Captain America up in this spot. So yeah, I really like Stargirl. I like Starman a lot too. And in different ways, I think Starman is a darker character that kind of had to find his way to live up to his father's high expectations, where Stargirl really is just having fun being a superhero and being the best girl that she can be. Another character I really enjoy is Jamie Reyes, who took over for Ted Kord. And I really like Ted Kord. I think he's funny. I think he's kind of silly, kind of dumb, but also has a ton of heart and does the right thing. He's one of my favorite kind of underappreciated heroes out there. And at the same time, I think Jamie Reyes coming in and kind of being the new hope, the new spark for a character, having a badass suit that is basically like a fucking Guyver unit is awesome. And on top of that, Jamie Reyes is a lot of fun. You know, he's that hopeful, happy, you know, I want to be a hero, I want to be a good guy type of character, and I think it worked really well. So I like Jamie Reyes. I don't think he has as strong runs as he should, really, in my honest opinion. I haven't read his newest run, but I think with his movie hopefully being a success, we'll get to actually see more of Blue Beetle. And overall, I like the Blue Beetle mantle, and I think Jamie Reyes is a lot of fun and good, just in a different way than Ted Kord was. Next up is Kate and Clint for Hawkeye, and I think these two are just perfect. I think they both deserve the mantle of Hawkeye. I think both of them are really fun as Hawkeye. I love their costumes, and they kind of match sometimes. Yeah, just overall, I really like these two as both Hawkeye characters. Kate is definitely more of a sassy, awesome, badass, kind of sometimes a private eye when she had her own series, which I really liked. So she's different than Clint, who is kind of more of a rough and gruff, started off as a villain type of character and became a hero. And overall, both of these guys work great together. That's something that's really cool on this list, is that these two work so well together. And yeah, overall, I really just liked Kate and Clint as Hawkeye. I think they both have solidified that name to make them really cool characters and also great teammates. So that's a plus on both of them. All right, next up is Dick and Bruce as Batman. So, you know, Bruce is always going to be probably most people's favorite, but when Dick was Batman, man, I was just into that, like, world. I love Dick as Batman. In some ways, I think he surpassed Bruce, but Bruce obviously has a much longer tenure as Batman, much longer, and so you get a lot of great stories with Bruce, but I really wish Dick had more time. I feel like if Dick had 10 years, he would probably surpass Bruce for me. But even in his short time, he made an impact for me. And he's just as interesting to me as Bruce in different ways. I think he also is different enough as Batman, kind of a more hopeful, kind of a more teamwork with Damian type of look that I really enjoyed. And yeah, overall, Dick as Batman, amazing. Great stuff. And Sam and Richard as Nova are also some of my favorites. So after Richard, unfortunately, met his demise in the Cancerverse, we had Nova needed a kind of new mantle, and in came the awesome Sam. So Sam is one of the younger characters on this list, but he's also one of the most fun characters on this list because he had to take up the mantle from his father, who is just lost and they think he might be dead. And so Sam just kind of gets this helmet and then has to be a hero, and he's just kind of very coming of age, very Peter Parker style storyline that really worked well. And I also just like Sam as a character, and then even more so when Richard comes back from the dead and they kind of have to work together. You really see the differences between the two, but also how they both represent Nova in the right way, just trying to do what's right, trying to be the best they can be. And as someone who's a huge fan of both, I just can't decide which one I like more. I think they both have proven to be awesome Novas. So Yara and Cassandra as Wonder Girl. So I like Cass as Wonder Girl quite a lot. She's one of my favorites. I like her more than Troy, but I really like Yara too. And Yara's only been Wonder Girl for a short time, and I guess Cass is still Wonder Girl, so they're like Wonder Girls with an S. But yeah, I really like Yara. She's kind of that Spitfire? what's the word, man? I'm so dumb sometimes. But Yara has a lot of edge to her, but just the right way, just enough that it makes her really, really interesting and fun to watch her fight. Her design is excellent. I love it so much. It's one of my favorite Amazon type designs. And also I think that she has kind of a really sad backstory that you got to know her. So overall, Yara is one of the characters from the future and 5G whatever mix-up that was going to happen in DC. She's one of the characters that came from that and really worked well for me. And next up is Miles and Peter Parker as Spider-Man. So I really, really like Miles. I think he's gone through the trials and tribulations that Peter has gone through. Now, Peter's been around a lot longer, so he's gone through more. But Miles, just like most Spider-Man characters, has to kind of go through the shit to survive. And if you don't really know Miles as the comic character, more of, you know, Spider-Verse, that's understandable. You might not know all of it, but Miles had to kill his own uncle soon after he became Spider-Man. Then he also had to watch his mother get murdered in front of him, so that's messed up. Then he found out his father was a spy. Then he found out that his uncle turned good after coming back from the 616 universe, but then he was kidnapped and tortured for days, and, you know, things happen to this poor kid. But just like Peter, he keeps pushing forward. And I think that's what's most important, is that Miles and Peter share that same positive outlook despite all this horrible shit happening. Also, Miles has some of the coolest designs, except for that one redesign with the hoodie. That was fucking horrible. But everything else has been awesome in terms of the design for Miles. And also, Miles has a lot of strong runs. And I really, really enjoy the current run that's happening. I only read the first few issues, but it's been great. So yeah, Miles is one of those characters I think has lived up to the mantle as Spider-Man. Is one of my favorite Spider-Man. And Laura and Logan as Wolverine. So Logan is a great character. I think of Logan as Papa Bear, you know, like he's a crazy savage monster, but he also loves his students and his daughter Laura, and he will protect them and take care of them. He has a soft heart sometimes, whereas Laura was used as a weapon and is kind of like a savage monster, unfortunately, or was created to be one. And then she learns to rely on people and let people in and try to be a better person. Kind of similar to Cassandra Cain becoming Batgirl, but unfortunately Laura was more used as a weapon to murder people as an assassin. So she's come a long way. She's become one of my favorite characters. I really do love her as Wolverine. I don't see why there can't be two Wolverines. Logan is a name big enough where the fucking movie was named Logan. It didn't even need to be called Wolverine, and people knew what we were talking about. So I really think that Logan and Laura can share that mantle. I think both are great in different ways, but they both have the heart of Wolverine, which is to protect everyone at all costs because they love them. And hey, that's what I love about these characters. So that's my list. These are characters that lived up to the mantle in different ways and not quite surpassed the original, which is okay. Sometimes that doesn't need to happen. But I enjoyed all these characters as taking over the mantle at one point, or sharing the mantle and proving who they are and what they are. What about you guys? What are some characters that you enjoy just as much when getting past the mantle and becoming the new legacy hero? I would love to hear what you think below. Comment that. And if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. If you love it, well, hit that, subscribe button. I got more videos coming. And everybody else, have a great day.